What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Love of the Game and welcome back to another FPL video. And this time I'm going to be showing you my final draft team. Now, before I start the video, I just give you a little bit of information about myself. So I'm Paul. I've been playing FPL now about say 7 seasons, and it's always been my aim to do FPL videos, but it's taken me some time because I wanted to be better at how I play the game. And every year I've been trying and aiming to get it to top 100k. I've been successful a few times, but it's a give or take. But I'm doing this so that all of you can enjoy fantasy football. And I play fantasy football, fantasy baseball, fantasy basketball, so whole wide range of the stuff. But I'm doing this out of India, so that's why if you look at my screen, it's saying the deadline is at 11 o'clock over here. The matches are starting today. Today is the first game, and I've got my final team. Finally, after many iterations or many changes to the team, I've finally got a team that I'm confident for the foreseeable game weeks. So usually when I make a team, it's always looking at banking game week 2's transfer. So that on game week 3, I have about 2 free transfers. So that's my decision. So over here, so in goal, we have Martinez. Yes, he's owned by a lot of people, but one of the things is his first 3 games, the fixtures that he has, Watford, Newcastle, and Brentford. I'm going with him, and I'm going with 2 keepers. I've made the mistakes before, and if you've seen the previous video, I mentioned that I've made mistakes before where I've gone with only 1 keeper, and I've got a 4 million keeper who doesn't play. But this time I thought, okay, let me get 2 keepers who play, so there's rotation. And looking at Sanchez's fixtures, he's got some like a good run of games, and at 4.5 million, not a bad shout. And he's also owned by about 25.7% of people. So it's good to have 2 keepers because you can always change them out. So whenever Martinez has a hard game week or something, just put Sanchez in. In my defense, I've gone with Luke Ayling. Just wanted cover with Leeds. Leeds have by far one of the most interesting teams to watch. The way they play, their gun hold, they don't hold back. And last year in the league, I think they were one of the best teams to watch, and it was so interesting. And Luke Ayling is influential. Look at his rating among defenders. He's like his influences. He's 1 out of 181 people, and it's surprising that he's only owned by about 12% of everyone on fantasy football. So Luke Ayling, I think he's going to be a standout player this year. Another person who I've got just to get cover on the Leicester side is Daniel Amati. He had a good run in the Community Shield, and also with the number of injuries that are there in the Leicester rank. So I'm like in the defense. So I'm just waiting. Maybe once Johnny Evan comes back, I might remove him. But at 4 million, it's not going to make a big difference. And with the run of games that he has, it's good. I've gone with 2 Liverpool guys. Before I didn't have Tasmikas. I'm gonna have a bad time pronouncing his name, but I think he's gonna be starting. But it's gonna be questionable with Costas if he's gonna be starting, and the reason being is at left back you can either have James Milner can play, Joe Gomez if he's back in form and fitness and everything he can play. But just taking a punt, and at 4 million, I don't think it's a bad shout to have him for at least the first few game weeks. One person who I'm going to be having, I think, the entire season, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's had an up and down time in FPL, but listen, you cannot go wrong with him. Number 4 influence, I think he should be number 1. Creativity, number 1. Threat, number 1. And on the index also, he's number 1. He does a lot of things. He has a lot of influence. And yeah. And overall, among all the 530 players, he's only 14. So I'm going to stick with Trent the entire season. Not going to take him out. I've made mistakes over the years when I've taken him out. And last but not least, another person who I'm planning to keep throughout the year will be Luke Shaw. Yes, there are these patchy games over here, but that's okay. It's this what I'm looking at, and also the start that United have. And it gets me into the United team. Another person that, if I can maybe say adjust the money around, would be getting Ben White from Arsenal. I think Arsenal have a good team, and I think he's a good shout to get as a player. And let's see, I might change something. So make sure that you follow our Twitter handle, the links in the video, follow our socials so you'll know anytime if I'm making a change, because I have time till 11 o'clock. So I'm going to be trying and tweaking, but I think I'm going to be sticking with this lineup. In my midfield, got Billy Gilmore. He plays for Norwich, and at 4.5, if he plays, he plays. If he doesn't play, he doesn't play. But he's going to be riding the bench, so that's not a problem. Another guy who I think is so undervalued is Rafinha. And I'm not sure why he's only priced at 6.5. But listen, I'm a bargain hunter, and I've got a bargain over here. So make sure you guys also look at trying to get a bargain yourself. And like I said with Luke Ayling, Leeds are one of the most attacking teams in the Premier League. They're attacking football, they don't hold back, and it's fun to watch them play. Rafinha is there on my team. I've gone with Harvey Barnes, and I could change him for maybe Maddison, but I want to get Leicester cover. I like his play, and I think Harvey Barnes is a little underrated, but he is influential. He does get the odd goal here or there. So, and Leicester have a good team. Like going with Salah and Fernandez, like you know what you're getting with these guys, and I think two of the best players in the league, priced at 12.5 million for Salah and 12 million for Bruno Fernandes. Both rank 1 and 2 in influence and creativity and threat. So I'm not going to be complaining. Like 50% people own. I think both of them are close to above 50% owned. So yeah, 1 and 2 in the index, also overall index. So I'm not going to be complaining. These guys you need to have. I know I made a video of not having Fernandes or Trent. Listen, you can take a risk, and one of the punts with that team was of either going for Harry Kane or Lukaku when he joined. But Lukaku at 11.5 on a Chelsea team that I'm not sure how it's going to be lining up. I'm going to maybe wait for a couple of game weeks to see how that turns out. One person who I think is going to have a great season will be Ivan Toney. Brentford, we've heard about how they play, we've seen how they play, and the way they played in the championship last year. I have a feeling that they can translate that same success going forward. So I've got Ivan Toney, and at 6.5, he could be a difference maker. If I do remove him out, I would be looking at maybe Wilson at Newcastle, or even Obafemi in Southampton. Those are two players. They cost a little less. So Wilson is at the same price or higher, but Obafemi costs a little less. So that could be a possibility. So let's see over that. Ings, I've got him. I was looking at Ollie Watkins, but Watkins is quite he's injured at the moment. So I've got Ings. You know what you get with Ings. He gets the odd goal there, and the same reason with Martinez. They have good run of fixtures at the beginning. And last but not least, I've got Antonio. And I don't think I'm going to be replacing him much, because he is the focal point of a West Ham attack. And West Ham, on their day, they are an amazing team. They don't mess about too much. So I'm sticking with these guys. This is my team going forward. If I do make any changes, I'm going to post it on Twitter. I'm going to post the update on Twitter. And this is my final team. Captaining Salah for this game week. Vice captain Fernandez. And I think this is going to be a solid lineup. So guys, hopefully you guys have all made your teams and you're ready for FPL. If you're not, get going, and with just a few minutes left until the window shuts for all the teams to be uploaded, make sure you get a team out. Don't wait any longer. So this is the team that I'm going with. If I do make any change, make sure you head over to Love of the Game Twitter handle and you'll see the new team that I have. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Take care. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot in with the whole YouTube algorithms. Thank you so much. Take care.